everybody. The Dave Dubeau here with another episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. Today, zooming in from beautiful San Francisco, California, via Brazil. We've got Steffany Boldrini. Steffany, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Dave?
I couldn't be better. So thank you so much for joining us. Steph is a very experienced entrepreneur. She kind of cut her teeth in the Silicon Valley, part of startups, angel investor, all sorts of great things with that. And then she got involved with commercial real estate. And what I'm really excited to be talking with Steffany about are car washes. Now, I've done over 200 episodes of this podcast. You're going to be the first person I'm talking with about investing in car washes. So, Steph, first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about what got you hooked in real estate investing in the first place?
Sure. So I was working here in Silicon Valley in some of the startups and wanted to invest a little bit in startups, and quickly found out that real estate investing is a much safer, better in so many ways form of investment, at least compared to.
How did you find that out? Like, I mean, so many people.
Oh, how did I found it?
No, how did you find that out, that real estate is better than startups? What was it that kind of clued you into that?
Yes, I was dating a real estate investor, and we were just looking at the numbers and the chances of, startups working out and how diluted you get and how the venture capitalists take over once they get in. And it's a much safer bet for them compared to angel investing. And real estate is just, hands down, much, much safer, at least compared to angel investing.
Yeah, well, I think it's much safer than most things if you do it properly. That's for sure. So,
true that.
What did you first start investing in? What was your first thing? And then we'll switch gears and we'll start talking about car washes, unless a car wash was the first thing you jumped into.
Yeah, I was working, with him he was a real retail investor, so learned everything that I could possibly learn in the retail space. And then came across self-storage and got really interested in it because it does well in any downturn, and came across a portfolio of self-storage and car washes. And I said, how hard could it be? Car washes.
Yeah. So that's how you got into it. All right. Well, let's talk. I've interviewed people about self-storage. I've interviewed people about single-family homes, commercial, you name it. We've talked about it. Let's talk about car washes. So what do you like about investing in car washes? First of all, is it really a real estate investment? Is it really a automated business investment? Is it a combination? How would you classify it?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's definitely a business that you are running. And so I purchased the actual business and the real estate. So it's both. And that can apply to a lot of real estate investments, asset classes as well. Like self-storage is a business. Multifamily, in my opinion, could be a business. It's just the ones that are, triple nets that I'd say they're solely real estate, because they don't have a lot of, manual work that people have to be doing.
Yeah. Or raw land or.
Exactly.
Those kind of things. Got it. Yeah. Makes sense.
And so what I like, just like, any good real estate investor, is that the numbers make sense. Mm-hmm. So cash on cash has been incredible. There are quite a few ways to add value in car washes. They're not popular today, so you can get them at a pretty high cap rate. You can find them at 7, 8, 9, 10% cap rates. And then there are many ways to add value to car washes. Like, if you find a property that only accepts coins, you can install a credit card machine, and the usage will go up because people are spending more.
Yeah.
And there are a few other ways that I learned along the way about car washes.
So the kind of car wash you have, is it the fully automated one, or is it like the wand thing?
It's the self-serve one, so people wash their own cars.
Yeah. Yes. So are you finding that those are a little less popular nowadays, and the full-on automated car washes are more popular, or are you finding that because you said that car washes aren't so popular anymore? Why do you think that is?
I didn't mention that they're not popular anymore. I just said that within the real estate investment world, just like me being the first one talking about car washes, people don't really think about investing in them.
Got it. No, that's what I mean. So why do you think that is? It's not as popular as an investment class as it was in the past?
Probably because it's a lot of work.
Okay.
It's a billion moving parts. I have probably 100 SKUs of products that could possibly be purchased throughout the year. And things break all the time, and employees are, can be not that great, and all of that. So it's it does take a lot of time.
So it's a very hands-on kind of an investment. There's lots of moving parts there.
Correct. But obviously everything can be delegated with a property manager and all of that. But since this is the first portfolio of car washes, I'm really making sure that I understand everything from top to bottom before handing it off to some local manager.
How many of these do you have at the moment in that portfolio?
3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All within a fairly close area. Okay. Yes. Well, that makes things a little bit simpler. Now, give us an idea of what numbers might look like on one of your average car washes, if you don't mind. What kind of volume do you have? What kind of, if you can share, what kind of gross monthly income do you have from it? What's your profit margin on these?
I can talk about the cash on cash, which today is about 42%.
Wow.
1 year in, and that is including paying for the credit card machines, which we're not going to have that expense next year. So it'll be even better next year. So yeah, it's if you start with a good cap rate and you add value in the multiple ways that you can, obviously you can, get really good return at the end of the day.
Wow, that's another fantastic idea. Hold on to that thought for a sec. We'll be right back. Now, are you a real estate investor who's run out of cash or credit to grow your portfolio? Are you looking to grow your portfolio using other people's money and raising capital? Well, I want to show you how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less at my upcoming Investor Attraction Workshop. You can get your ticket and find out all about it at investorattractionworkshop.com. We're going to spend a full day taking a deep dive into this roadmap that I've used to raise millions for my deals, and I've helped other people just like you cumulatively raise hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for their deals as well. So again, you can check that out at investorattractionworkshop.com. And as a loyal listener to the podcast, you'll get 50% off your ticket when you use the discount code podcast. That's right, discount code podcast at investorattractionworkshop.com. See you at the next workshop. All right. So I'm trying to think back to the last time I used one of those wand spray car wash dealies. Credit card, debit card acceptance would have been very handy. That's for sure. I'm thinking of a couple around here. They still don't have that. What are some other ways that you've added value to these businesses to boost up the bottom line? Signage, basic stuff. What's working well for that?
So here are some other ways that you can add value. You can put, instead of a coin acceptor, a dollar acceptor, which also makes people spend more money. You can implement subscription services, so monthly subscription. You can add a pet wash, which I had never heard of before, but apparently people need it.
Spray down your dog while you're doing the car.
Exactly. And last but not least, you can rent part of it to a snow cone vendor, which apparently car washes and snow cones go hand in hand together.
Well, it depends on where your car wash is. I'm up here in Canada. I'm thinking certain times of year, there's no way that there's a snow cone vendor, but
or something warm and delicious.
There you go. Something, but bottom line, getting somebody selling food on site or something like that. Yeah, that's
exactly.
Very smart. Now, these car washes that you have, they're part of, are they on the same property as self-storage facilities? They're kind of all combined, or was this a completely separate portfolio?
One is next to the car wash, and I'm planning on expanding self-storage near one of the other car washes where we have some land.
That is absolutely fascinating. So now that you get your year in, you're getting the hang of this whole car wash thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I imagine there was a bit of a learning curve going on there. You talk about there's up to 100 SKUs of different stuff that you can be purchasing for this. And I would imagine that the spray, the wand washes are a lot less technically complicated than the full-on automatic car washes. But even so, you say there's a lot of moving parts that can break down.
Yep.
What would you say has been like your biggest learning curve with this new business? New to you business.
Biggest learning curve.
Yeah.
Really how hands-on it is. It's you really need, especially I'm managing from far. You really need to be on top of it. You need to put cameras on the property, alarms. People try to steal things all the time, and people cut things off, and it's just and had a lot of some employee issues, and you just gotta power through it and figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. So with one of these typical kind of a car wash that you've got, how many employees do you need for one of those?
Right now we have about 3 part-time employees.
Per car wash or all?
For all 3 of them.
For all 3 of them. So if a person had one of these, they could probably get by with one part-time employee?
Absolutely.
So what's that employee's primary responsibility? Kind of cleaning up and taking care of things and loading things up with soap and that sort of thing. What do they typically do?
Making sure that things are actually working, and if something breaks, especially on the weekends, that they're there to fix it. Making sure that there's not too much soap coming out when it should be, coming out. And cleaning the vacuum so they have good suction, and a lot more. Cleaning the premises, cleaning the control room, making sure the pumps are oiled, and purchasing salt for reverse osmosis, and
Wow.
yeah.
All these things that before you got into it would never have crossed your mind.
I didn't even know what a bay was. I didn't know what a pump was. Nope.
Yeah, probably not. Exactly. Well, that is fascinating. So you're based in San Francisco. Whereabouts is this portfolio of car washes? Because you said you're managing from afar.
It's in north of Texas.
Okay. Yeah. So you're not just jumping in the car and heading off there to check up on things. You got to definitely have to
I wish.
control from a distance.
Yes.
Fascinating stuff, Steffany. All right. Well, that's just one of the things you're up to with real estate. I know you're involved in all sorts of different kinds of, self-storage facilities and other commercial type properties. If people want to find out more about you and what you're up to, what should they do, Steff?
Yes, I actually have a podcast called Commercial Real Estate Investing from A to Z that is only commercial, no residential, no multifamily. Or they can email me at Steff at STEFF@MonteCarloREI.com, or find on LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So
all right, we'll make sure that
we
got all of those links in the show notes for sure. Steff, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for peeling back the curtain there a little bit on what the whole car wash thing is all about. It sounds like a lot of work. However, the rewards sound like they can be very, very substantial. So hats off to you for rolling up your sleeves and doing the work.
Thank you so much for having me, Dave. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning into the Property Profits Podcast. If you like this episode, that's great. Please go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a good review. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. And if you're looking to attract investors and raise capital for your deals, then I'm going to invite you to get a complimentary copy of my newest book, right back there. There it is. The Money Partner Formula. You can get a PDF version at investorattractionbook.com. Again, investorattractionbook.com. Take care.